I think it's important that we start at the beginning. Several Valentine's days ago, I spent 10 glorious days at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, at the end of which I was diagnosed with something called ankylosing spondylitis. Y'all real familiar with this scenario? So ankylosing spondylitis is the chronic inflammation of your spine. So first your spine starts to inflame, and then it just starts fusing together. If you look it up on Wikipedia, it actually just says bamboo spine. That's like the best the medical community could do to define this monstrosity. So, okay, cool, it's not a big deal, my whole spine's fusing together. But then it launches a secondary disorder called HLH. It actually stands for something which I couldn't in a million years pronounce, but yet I had it. Now this thing tried to kill me. When I first got into the hospital, my liver was failing, my kidneys were failing, my spleen was swollen. And the thing is, if you go to the hospital and your liver is failing, people just have like a couple of questions about your drinking. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just want to kind of know what's going on in that area. But for me, I'm sober. I was sober since I was like 24. So at that point, it was like 8 years. Like, hadn't had a drink, but nobody believed me because like my liver was failing. So they just kept sending in like newer, like younger doctors to try to like break me. And so, you know, eventually they send in like their best guy, and he's like, "Hey girl, he's like, you know, say it's like your birthday, and you're like out with your friends," and like, no, I mean, I totally get it. I don't drink alcohol. He's like, "Right, but it's New Year's, and you're in Paris." And like, I don't drink alcohol. He's like, "It's the Super Bowl. The Chicago Bears are playing. It's your." I'm like, literally, that sounds amazing. I don't drink alcohol. So, ankylosing spondylitis is typically found in men. HLH is predominantly found in toddlers. So, ultimately, my final diagnosis is that I am, in fact, a baby boy. Seemed weird. It's definitely new information. And so they're like, "No problem though. Great news. We have a solution. We have this great treatment for you." So it turns out the treatment is, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny. It's a terrible thing that happened to me. It turns out the treatment is, it's just like a huge needle that you just jab into your abdomen. You know what I mean? It's just, I've never been like an intravenous drug user. I'm not saying that's bad if that's your thing, like it's totally cool. It's just for me, it wasn't my thing, so I asked the doctor, like, maybe I could get something snortable, you know, like something I'm more familiar with. Maybe something I have like experience with. No, it turns out, huge needle, jab it into your abdomen. So, okay, it's totally fine. So I'm doing that, and I find that it's not helping. I'm not feeling better. I'm in fact feeling significantly worse, and I'm unable to get out of my bed for days on end. I can't perform like basic functions, and I had heard of fatigue, but I thought it was just like things that lazy people talked about. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't know it was like a real issue. So I go back to my doctor, and I'm like, "Hey, it's definitely not a big deal. I just can't get out of bed for days on end." And so he runs some tests. And he says, "Alison, great news, we figured it out. So you have something called drug-induced lupus." This is when the drugs that you're taking to cure your autoimmune disorder just inadvertently give you another autoimmune disorder. It's just like a whoopsie, like, whoops, accident, you know? So that didn't feel like great news. And so for like literally years after that, we were like changing medicines and I was like really trying not to have drug-induced lupus, but like drugs kept giving it to me, and it was just like this never-ending cycle. And then I fell in love. It's not a big deal, you guys, but I met a man, and he agreed to marry me, and then he quickly impregnated me, which is fine, that's great. The problem with that is I'm created with bamboo. Do you know what I mean? Like so right, my hips, my tailbone is fused to my pelvis. So this area is just generally bamboo. You know what I mean? So there were concerns about how like a baby exits from this region. So I met with the specialist, and he was like, "You're gonna have a scheduled C-section." This felt like my fucking win. I was like, yes! Like, I thought this. I'm like, that's why God inflicted me with these ailments, so that I would have like a perfect virginal vagina for the rest of my life. Like, I get it now. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look back and you're like, oh, I see why this all happened. Like, I'm gonna have a perfect vagina. Great. But I had a couple problems. The first thing that happened to me, I go in to like have my baby like surgically removed from me. And I go in that day and they put me in a hospital bed. I'm in like my little hospital gown. I'm like ready to party. And a nurse comes up. We're like, this is the first thing we do, right? I didn't really read into like what happens when you have a baby. I was very busy. So I had done no research. So they come in. So this is like a PSA. So they come in and they lift my little hospital gown, and she's like, "Cool, so we're just gonna shave your vag." I'm like, why? Like, I don't understand. What do you mean? Like, I don't know why. Like, I guess they had to shave it to like cut it, but it wasn't on my list of things that I thought were gonna happen. Like, I didn't know this was the first step of like getting my baby. And like, I'm not like a total psycho. Like, I understand that grooming needs to happen in that area, but at that point, I hadn't seen my vagina in months and did not think it would be like playing a key role in the baby events. So it was like the fucking wild, wild west down there. Like, I didn't have a lot of control. And so this is like fucking step one of bringing the child into the world. Like, my husband's there, like slowly falling out of love with me. Like, like coming in and out of the room, and I'm just like being demoralized while this like fucking stranger is grooming my baby. Okay, cool. So I go in, child comes out, great, we meet, it's beautiful, I have a daughter, it's great. She's a ginger, amazing, and and so, you know, I like, it was like major surgery, so like I'm on, the next thing I remember, I'm like kind of coming out of like the anesthesia and like the pain meds, and so I'm like in my hospital room, and there's like this nurse like leading me. And so I'm like, okay, like what's happening? She's like providing me with some level of care, and I get into the bathroom and I realize I'm wearing a diaper. Someone has put me in a diaper at some point, and this woman seems to want to change it. Like, this is what's happening. And I have a lot of questions. And I don't want to like get into it too much, but like, so you get pregnant and then you don't get your period for like 9 months, right? But then I guess you get it for like 2 months right after the baby comes out, and what we've figured out is going to combat this ailment is a pad that's this big that goes around the asshole up to your belly button, and then you secure it with like these crazy like mesh diapers that like are beyond granny panties. It's bananas. And so there's this again strange medical woman who this is her solution, and she's got like, you know, like the smart water bottle that like flips. She's got this water bottle. She's spraying my vagina. She's just hosing me off and changing my diaper. So I'm like, this is a lot. Like, I did not realize that this was the situation. So cool, like got it, this is happening. And like eventually I had to leave the hospital, and like I was mad because I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just change my own diaper now. Like, you start to get used to it, you know what I mean? It felt like an extra thing I didn't know I needed to do, you know, like it was like so I go home, it's no big deal, cool. Changing my diaper, changing my kid's diaper, trying to deal with my fucking Frankenstein scar, like trying to stay married, like no problem, things are great. And then I realized my vagina, which we're having a lot of problems at this point, right? Like it's not the virginal peach I had expected to be fostering. But I'm like, I think I have chlamydia. Like, something's wrong. Like, what used to just feel like a normal vagina has been replaced with feelings of shards of glass and sandpaper. Like, it's not good. So I call my doctor. And I go in. And I'm in the stirrups, a little vulnerable position to be in. You know what I mean? You're like in the stirrups, and she's here. She's looking at my vagina, and she starts to laugh. My fucking gynecologist laughed in the face of my vagina. And she goes, "Oh, Alison, I don't know how you do it." So it turns out I have something called atrophic vaginitis. This is when your vagina atrophies. Yeah. So I had been breastfeeding my daughter because I thought that's what I was supposed to fucking do. Everybody tells me to, so I'm breastfeeding my daughter. Apparently all the estrogen from my vagina pieced out most to my uterus to create breast milk, thereby leaving like a desert wasteland in my nether region. This is typically found in postmenopausal women. So now I'm a postmenopausal baby boy. Good news. It's like great news. We have a solution. Syringe, obviously. Like, what the fuck? So now I have to just fill a syringe with vag cream, shove it in my vagina 3 times a day. Like, I don't have enough going on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry if I can't break away from, like, keeping this infant alive to shoot fucking cream up my pie hole. Like, this isn't reasonable. Like, I'm not saying that I thought that, like, being a parent was going to be, like, a real walk in the park, but this was, like, a multitude of issues that I could not have foreseen. And, you know, when I look back at my life and I think, what does it all mean? Surely I can move forward and try to figure out a way to combat this. And yeah, my daughter's great. She's perfect. Boo. Like, awesome. Cool. But, like, what can I do to stay out of these situations in the future? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm an adult. I'm somebody's parent. Like, I want to make smart choices. Here's the thing, guys. Didn't, because guess who's pregnant again?